Good morning, Alaskans. We are live in Muldoon right now to protest our law-breaking, thieving legislators. Today we have gathered together a handful of people that have shown up already, and the crowd is getting bigger as time goes by. We're even gaining a couple of people already that live in the district that have come and joined the protest today. We're here to protest against our law-breaking legislators. We have many sitting in Juneau. We want them to do certain things like follow the law and enshrine the PFD. As you saw in the beginning there, we want to fire Cathy Giessel. We want to fire Bryce Edgman. We want to fire all of the caucus-controlled members sitting in Juneau. The crowd here is getting larger by the second. Lining up here at Muldoon in 32nd, or for most of you out there that know the Muldoon area, we are in front of the Totem Theater. Come on down, join us here today. We're going to be talking to several different people along the way. We've got up-and-coming people running in the district as legislators to take out these incumbents. Like Roger Holland is already here today. I'm sure we'll probably see a couple more show up. Don't forget to share. Facebook squeals on you if you don't share. If you've got any questions, throw them out there. Glad to see people joining us here today. Don't forget to like and share this video. Alaskans standing up for all of our Alaskan rights. Go ahead and walk on down the line here. Oh, I got you crystal clear there. All right, you look like a great person. What brings you out here today? Speak loudly so that the microphone picks you up.
So simple. You know, I've been here since the beginning. When this permanent fund dividend was $100 and a $200 and a $300, nobody cared about it. But we took our Permanent Fund Corporation took our meager portion, which that's another thing that I don't understand. Our portion of the royalty is meager compared to what the state already gets. And they blew theirs while ours was invested wisely and has grown exponentially. And all of a sudden, it's not 200, it's not 300 anymore, it's 3,000. And guess what? They want ours too because they've blown theirs. And Governor J. Hammond and the Founding Fathers knew this was going to happen. That's why they did what they did. And Walker came along and found he stacked the deck against us by putting judges in the state Supreme Court that would agree with him. He found a loophole, and they've been stealing it ever since because they've blown their portion. And now they want ours, and it's against the law.
Thank you. Honest truth going on there. Follow the law, enshrine the PFD. Exactly. They need to start following the law.
We can't do this anymore. We need to stop this insanity now.
Agreed. Enshrine it in our Constitution. Stop the theft. Come on down if you're out in the area. If you're not in the area, this is Alaskans standing up for Alaskan rights. We are in front of the Totem Theater here, standing united as one Alaskan large family, trying to protect all Alaskan rights. Don't forget to share. Whoa! All right, let's close things up here just a little bit, get a good walking stick. You see that total amount there? That's what they've stolen over the last 4 years. That does not include this year's statutory PFD. If we were to include this year's statutory PFD on there, that'd be another $2,910 we should be seeing. Don't forget to share. Facebook squeals on you if you don't share. Don't forget to like. Alaskans standing up for Alaskans' rights. We need to remove the law-breaking legislators that we have sitting in Juneau. No tourist sign. Remove Cathy Giessel. Let's hire Holland.
Knock that cocksucker out.
Come on down. We have lots of signs people can come and carry. This is how we are going to change things for everybody. Roger Holland right here. And then with that going on in the background, not very good. It's catching more of the ambience. I mean, it's getting me just because I broadcast very loudly, but
yeah, we have some tough decisions up ahead in Alaska, and you know, it all starts with the August 18th primary. So, but we got a lot to hope for in Alaska. A lot of good things ahead, but
it is.
And if we don't have people who think that budget caps, spending caps, are the answer, then there aren't the right people. Someone change that toxic atmosphere.
Well, I'm going to have to catch you a little later when we're not near all the noise. I would love to. That sounds perfect. Hey, we even got Girl Scouts getting in the action. They got Girl Scout cookies for sale down here. So not only can you come and join the protest, you can get your fix on too with your Girl Scout cookies. Don't forget those Thin Mints. Oh man, they're so delicious. We got Carolyn Cliff here, who is also running for Cathy Giessel's district. Come on down, we're here in the Muldoon area, right in front of Totem Theater, next to the McDonald's. We're in Cathy Giessel's district today. We're here to let these law-breaking legislators know their days are numbered. August 18th, it's time to hand them their pink slip. We're just getting started. We should be here for a couple more hours at least. It is time to remove the lawbreakers out of our government. Can't repeat that enough. I am so sick and tired of them picking and choosing which laws they want to abide by and which ones they don't. We've had several more people already show up today. Our crowd is getting larger down here. Sign waving, protesting the correct way. Letting Alaska knows there's an alternative to the breaking lawbreakers that we have. You got it. OCS does need some major reforming. They keep stealing Alaska children. They'd rather take them from your home than try to fix the problems. Nope, I'm not going to that protest that's happening downtown today. I think they're a bunch of liberal fools that need to get their heads out of their toucans. Where was the protest when we've got Alaskans that are suffering by the hands of the Well, I'm trying to keep my mouth shut here on what I want to complete on that particular sentence there. You got the protesters sitting downtown and they basically want to say that, that we're going to get all fired up and riled up and mad because somebody down in the States got a little bit of police brutality that was unnecessary. They did the knee thing and unfortunately bad things happen. What mainstream media is failing to tell you about this person is not a very good person. He has had to run in with this particular officer and with the law more than once in his lifetime. He's known for other things, but that is not what media is telling you. It's just this poor one guy that turned into the far left-wing Antifa groups organizing, showing up, and terrorizing and rioting down in Minneapolis and Washington, D.C. These are organized events. These people got headsets on. They're coordinated. And why would Alaska be stepping up and complaining about that? They should be here. This is where they need to be. This is what Alaskans look like standing up for our Alaskan rights, the ones that are being stepped on here. Yes, we do need to unite. One Alaska. Alaskans standing up for Alaskans, not minorities standing up for the handful of people. That's what happened with our government down in Juneau. We've got 4 to 6 legislators that are running the Senate, that 4 of them are telling all 20 of them what they are supposed to do. We've got 60 House members that are in there, and we've got 6 people basically telling all 40 of them what they are supposed to do. The 40 in the House, 20 in the Senate, and we've got an 8 to 10 people total that are controlling everything that happens down there. Vote our way, controlled by the Binding Caucus. One of the reasons why we are here today is to fire Cathy Giessel. She is one of the caucus leaders. She is one of the ones that is controlling what is happening here in Alaska. You wonder why our budget is the way it is? Why we only got $1,000 PFD? It's because of legislators like her. Come on down. We're here on Muldoon Road in front of the Totem Theater, letting Cathy Giessel know that the people in her district, woo! People in her district are sick and tired and fed up of the lies. She campaigned on promises to be there for all Alaskans, and then when she finally got into office, she said, F you to all of you Alaskans out there. The promises I made were just to get myself elected. Now that I'm in office, I'm going to do the exact opposite of everything I campaigned and promised to do for you. Come on down. It is a beautiful, warm day. You're not going to cook yourself out in the sun like it's been the last couple of days. It is comfortable out here. Beautiful day to be out, showing our constitutional rights. Right to assemble, right to protest, freedom of speech. This is what you call peaceful demonstrations. Not what they got going on downtown right now. When you're starting to receive messages that are telling you that do not bring your old people, do not bring your children, bring stuff to protect yourself against the possibility of having tear gas thrown at you. These are not the protests that Alaskans should be having. Those Alaskans should be here. But it goes to show you where their true loyalties stand, to be honest with you. It's not for all Alaskans, it's for the minority special interests. Real Alaskans can be found here on Muldoon Road and 32nd in front of the Totem Theater. Hey, Nelson Christopher, nice to see you back again. We've got a way to take care of people like you. Just so that you realize, I did catch you on the last time you were on the video. I was nice enough to ignore your comments and just hide them so that people didn't have to see them. But this time we're going to do this permanent solution here. Christopher Nelson, you have now been blocked. Have a nice day. Woo! So if you're out and about today in the Muldoon area off of Totem, in front of the Totem Theater, we have gathered together Alaskans standing up for our Alaskan rights. We're here to protest the law-breaking legislators, the theft of our PFDs. We're here to get people voted in like Roger Holland, who's here to replace that lion thief, Cathy Giessel, the #1 PFD thief. You guys are welcome. I only put up with those kind of comments for a very short window. I'm open-minded about what a lot of people have to say out there, but when you're pushing that kind of agenda out there that's not for everyone, I have a real hard time letting people promote that kind of stuff on our page. I mean, anybody that paid attention to what AG Barr had to say today in his press conference, it is far left-wing groups that are very well organized and mobilized, teaming up with Antifa, that are rioting and causing destruction all across the United States. And where are you finding these riots and destruction happening at? Blue Democrat-controlled states. Where do we have a protest for that happening that's threatening there might be tear gas showing up? Here in Anchorage, controlled by a mayor that is a Democrat who runs this place just like they do in California, New York, and all those other far left liberal places. But that's not why we're here today. We're here today to stand up for Alaskans' rights, protect our PFD. Alaskans standing up for Alaskans. Stop the PFD theft. Woo! What's that? I just got done talking about good old Mayor Spendowich. That's the one. Exactly. All right, just a normal passerby there complaining about our Mayor Berkowitz. He definitely had a few colorful words to say about him. So that just goes to show you where Alaska residents feel about their own mayor here in Anchorage. I know you all hear me protest enough about him, Mayor Dictator Spendowich himself. There's Mike Windy taking pictures of the fire Giessel over there. He's doing his own little live stream right now. Alaskans standing up for Alaskans down here on 32nd and Muldoon Road in front of the Totem Theater. Come on down, join the protest. We need to start making these protests larger and larger and larger, having people show up. Now, on to some good news. So if you haven't shared this video yet, it is time to share it. I've got breaking news for the 4th of July. Come on, come on. I know you're trying to do it. Get it shared. We need Alaskans to hear this announcement. This is the time that things need to be happening. We've got all summer long until August 18th. You have until Monday, if you live in a district with one of our law-breaking legislators, to get yourself registered to run against them. We only have 16 people running this year against 52 open seats. 16 out of 52 people. Out of those, only 8 of them are going to make any bit of a difference when it comes time for election time. And God, hoping, willing, praying, those folks get voted in so that we can take back over control of our government. But we need more people to step up. This is Alaska, and if they're unchallenged, it's going to take just one vote, their own vote. They're going to walk into the polling booth and go, I vote for myself, and they are now elected. It's not going to matter. So we need people to step up. You have until Monday to do just that. But as you shared, make sure you're shared. All right, I'm going to break the news here. 4th of July, Independence Day tailgaters party is going to be thrown. We are trying to make this a statewide event. Right now, we have confirmed that we are going to be doing this. More details will be coming out after this event. Anybody that would like to help and volunteer to make this thing go off and become a success, come on down here right now. We got a planning party directly after this to do just that. We have people coming in that will be playing music. We got speakers showing up. We're going to have a big group of legislators that are coming into office wanting to be elected August 18th that will be there to give different kind of, just talk about why they're here and why the independence of Alaska's freedoms are so important to protect. Now at this tailgaters party, we will have food, we should have music, there's going to be a big, huge playground for your kids. We're talking an outdoor area that's as big as this Totem Theaters parking lot and the theater in it. And let me tell you folks, that thing is huge. If you haven't ever been here, don't know where it is, it's a big parking lot. We're hoping to get parties going on in Juneau, Kenai, Fairbanks, and in the Valley. We're afraid that we've already kind of made contact to the mayor and the borough here, or the district in this area, about getting a big enough venue area to be able to host this tailgaters party. And they're pretty much giving us the thumbs down, even though they're seeming to allow the Bear Paw Festival to happen here at the July 8th, which is just 4 days later than what we're planning our own event for. So here's your chance to let everybody know Alaska's Independence Tailgaters Party 4th of July event. We're going to have folks representing the Alaska's rights to our Second Amendment, our First Amendment. Get rid of the binding caucuses. We've got discussions that will be happening in all angles. Saving our PFD. You name our Alaskan right, our Alaska liberty that we're out here to protect. That is what this tailgaters party is all about. Alaskans standing up for our constitutional rights given to us under the United States Constitution and our own Alaskan Constitution. So don't hesitate to plan on this. We will have events going out through many, many, many different pages announcing this, that it is happening. Make sure to click the invite. If you'd like to volunteer, contact me or contact Save the PFD. And we got things you can do. We got people you can contact, places that you can be reaching out for us. The more people we get involved, the bigger, the larger this event's going to be. Is going to be for Alaskans. They canceled our 4th of July party. Well, you know what, Alaskans? It's time we make our own party. We got to quit depending on government. We need to start standing up for ourselves.
Upgrade your legislator.
Yes, upgrade your legislator. Agreed.
August 18th, you have a big chance. You can upgrade your legislator. That's the best thing we got going. Upgrade your legislators on August 18th. Get some new players in the game. We'll be doing that for all summer. Hopefully we'll all get in right with it. Because what we got now is just the old model that's not very effective.
That's the truth. The model's been broken for a long time. Woo! Come on down. We're Alaskans standing up for Alaskans' rights, our constitutional Alaskan rights.
Word to say, fire Cathy Giessel. She's a liar and a thief. Save the PFD.
Fire Giessel, #1 PFD thief. I mean, I think he said it right over there. Hire Holland, get rid of her.
Did you get a chance to talk to Kevin? That Kevin up there? He was
giving me a real good speech. So I'm like, you gotta get that on video. Man, whoever that guy is, he puts the same photo up there, comes up as a different name. I just got done blocking him, and now I've blocked his new alias. How many more aliases is he going to try to come up with? Everybody telling him that he needs to go find a different feed. I agree with you all, every single one of you. Giessel's always invited to come on down to these events. We would love to get her interpretation of what she thinks about how these Alaskans feel about how good of a job she's been doing. Send her on down. We're ready. Come on, Giessel, Cathy Giessel. Senator Cathy Giessel. We are formally inviting you to come on down here today. Yeah! Why wouldn't we want Cathy Giessel to come on down here? Oh, come on. She should have her opportunity to have her 2 cents. I think anyways. Exactly. Everybody should be allowed to have their 2 cents as part of their conversation. If anything that we have to say down here is disputable, she can come on down. We're more than ready to litigate, to debate, whatever she would like to talk about. I am more than sure that I'm ready to counter or to just discuss the political games they are playing down there in Juneau. There is not a darn thing she could say to me that I haven't already recorded and already commented about. Woo! Come on down, we're here at Muldoon and 32nd Avenue, directly in front of the Totem Theater, if you're not very good with street names. Alaskans standing up for our Alaskan constitutional rights. We need to stop the theft of our PFD. We need to vote out the law-breaking legislators that cater to the minority special interests. They've stolen our PFD again this year. Should have been $2,910. They said, here's $1,000. Screw you. We're taking the other $1,910 and we're handing it over to the special interests of Alaska. Currently, just the last 4 years, you can see it there on the sign. Legislators have stolen $5,044 of our PFDs that they owe us for the last 4 years. If you add this year's PFD theft into it, they now owe us $6,954. That doesn't include the $1,000 PFD they're releasing to us. I'm so used to saying $8,700 and just lumping it all into one lump sum. They were to pay us out everything that we are supposed to get. It's roughly between $8,300 and $8,700 that they should be paying us this year. Just think how many Alaskans will be able to survive this pandemic virus that completely destroyed our economy, destroyed our tourist trade, There's not going to be enough people coming up here to save most of the businesses. The best economists in the world right now have already said that 40% of the businesses that are out there are not going to recover from this pandemic. They will not be able to make the money that they need to be able to survive through this next year. The recovery is going to take way too long to be able to save most of them. I have been saying this since day one. And they're only just now coming out and saying that the virus is going to be doing that. But in the beginning, they were calling me a denier, a liar. I didn't know what I was talking about. The handwriting was on the wall. Anybody with a brain that could add, that knew the numbers, that knew how much we were losing in revenue, that is in the middle of the tourist trade every year like I am, you know what was going to happen.
Nobody's talking about it. Realize how much.
Exactly. I mean, 2 million visitors won't be coming here this year from the cruise lines. There's not a single ship coming up. 2 million people. I mean, if we do that as every tourist that comes up here, 2 million of them spends $100. Think about how much money just got taken out of our economy right then and there. Now imagine these same tourists come up here and they're spending $1,000 each. 1 million tourists spending $1,000 each. Yep. $1 billion worth of revenue not coming into our state this year. And these law-breaking legislators think that PFD money is theirs to spend, theirs to keep, theirs to use. Hey, Michael Sheldon, glad to see you have joined us here. Do not forget to share. Let Alaskans know where you stand saving our PFD and our permanent fund dividend rights that we have. If you're just joining us, share us, like our page. If you're out driving around right now, get on down here to Muldoon Road in front of the Totem Theater. We've got tons of signs you guys can grab from us, pick up, wave around. The more people we get out here at a show of force, letting these Alaskans know, these Alaskan law-breaking legislators know that they are no longer welcome here in Alaska. I love seeing our Alaskan flag waving there in the breeze. Hey, I think we might have gotten rid of our troll, or he's busy trying to convince Facebook that he's a different name at this point in time. Oh man, the sun is coming out and jackets are coming off. It is getting warm out here. Come on down, we got Alaskans standing up for Alaskans. We're here to let Alaskans in this district know it's time to recall Cathy Giessel. Time to get her removed from office. She lied to every constituent that they represent. And that's all the way from J Bear here down on Muldoon Road. And this district goes all the way to Girdwood, Portage Glacier area. This is a humongous area that this lawbreaker represents. She told everybody when she campaigned the last time that she's here and she's gonna stand to protect the statutory PFD. She's gonna fight tooth and nail to get us our statutory PFD. the moment she got voted in the office, the moment she became Senate president, all of those promises that she made got thrown completely out the window, and she did the exact opposite and just started dictating, I'm going to steal every last single penny of that PFD. It's for government only. I lied to you all so that I could get elected. If you're just joining us, don't forget to like and share. Facebook squeals on you if you don't share. All right, I'm putting you in charge for a second. Just make sure it doesn't walk away.
Do this. Get down to that baseball.
Oh.
Get down like that. Get down like that with your hand on your knees.
got Stephen Wright has shown up here today. More and more Alaskans are showing up out here. There are a few of us out here. Here in the Muldoon area, in front of the Totem Theater, Alaskans met together with other Alaskans, exercising our First Amendment rights to protest and complain. We have folks here that are here to save the PFD. We have folks here that are running for election to remove these law-breaking legislators from office. We're in the #1 PFD thief's territory right now. Fire Cathy Giessel. This territory runs as far as J-Bear here on Muldoon Road, and it goes all the way to Portage Glacier past Girdwood. Hey, go snap a picture there.
Yeah, we're gonna keep heading south.
South. Like go north, but this time go south.
If you're just joining us, do not forget to share. Facebook squeals on you if you don't share. Don't forget to like. Alaskans down here on Muldoon and 32nd in front of the Totem Theater. Plenty of parking down here. If you just are here to feed your addiction, we've got Girl Scout cookies being sold in the lot next to us. Woo! For those just tuning in, we are here at Muldoon and 32nd in front of the Totem Theater. How are you doing today, Lynn? That be the truth. Got to start standing up for that PFD. What's that? Holland's a Republican candidate? So is Wright? Come on down. We're here on Muldoon and 32nd in front of the Totem Theater. Alaskans standing up for Alaskans PFD rights, standing up against the law-breaking legislators who continuously break our statutory laws we have here in Alaska, stomping on the Alaskan Constitution as if it doesn't exist, especially when it doesn't match the agenda they have in play. We watched the Binding Caucus here just in the past week, controlled by that one right there, Giessel. She's the one that came up here, and she and her caucus, Binding Caucus, stripped 4 of our legislators of all of their committees, everything that they stand for here in Alaska. 160,000 voices got silenced this past week because of their actions, saying that they did unethical things by voting the way their constituents have asked them to vote.
Come hell or high water, Eagle River will not be stifled or silenced.
And that they did too. Senator Laura Reinbold, Senator Shelley Hughes, Senator Showers, and Senator, who's the other one? There's four senators altogether. Mia Costello.
Well, they don't silence her too much. She got a broken hip right there. We only got about a handful of them.
Out of 60 legislators, there's only 12. And that's including the Democrats and Republicans. There are only 12. If you go with just Republicans, there's only 8 that I would count that you can consistently count on. Well, they sit in the House of Representatives where the majority is controlled by Democrats. So those are the only Republicans that really got any good stance. I mean, if we want to look at the last vote, you have only Laura Reinbold in the Senate that had truly stood by her grounds of what her constituents told her to do, asked her to do, and versus the other legislators, they half-assed it, in my opinion. So I'm preaching to the choir here.
You know, she'll be around a lot longer than Cathy Giessel will. We'll see about that.
She'll be gone this year. God helping, God willing.
One way or the other. She'll probably end up being a consultant or something for somebody. One of her special interest groups will hire her after she gets fired.
That they will.
They'll make more money too.
On top of the government check that she'll get every month for serving in the first place. I'm going to go over onto the other side over there. It looks like we've got 2 up-and-coming legislators, Stephen Wright and Roger Holland. We've got one's running, Stephen Wright's going against David Wilson. Roger Holland there is going against Cathy Giessel.
The union machine.
Go and see if we can get a little one-on-one interview with these guys, since they're over in the less noisy part of the parking lot here. Other than the horn honking, we should get a good interview from them. Just waiting for the lights to change here so that I can go across the street safely. If you're out and about today, you're in the Muldoon area. We are in front of the Totem Theater here on Muldoon and 32nd. We're protesting our law-breaking legislators today. We are targeting Cathy Giessel in her district. We've got Roger Holland standing there with sign waving in the back. He is running directly against her. We got Stephen Wright standing behind him. He's going against David Wilson in the Valley area there. Time to get these law-breaking legislators that don't care about the constituents they represent voted out of office. They made empty promises to us all. They said they were going to vote this way. When it came time to actually vote, they went at 100% against the promises that they had made us Alaskans. Our PFD has been stolen for the last 5 years right now, including the $1,000 that they were supposed to be paying us already here in July. Total amount is roughly between $8,300 to $8,700 that they owe each and every Alaskan for the theft they have taken from our PFDs. Roughly $7,300 extra they have stolen and given to the minority special interests of Alaska, just like with the CARES Act, the $1.25 billion, $1.5 billion that they set out. They only set aside $290 million that they classified to help all Alaskans. This is what they classify as the small business loans. Well, if you take a look at those small business loans that they're giving, they are willing to give you up to $100,000 and as low as $1 to help you out. But for majority of them, let's say you're a sole proprietor or you're a nonprofit that has less than 7 employees, if you're a nonprofit, you get $10,000. If you are a sole proprietor, on the other hand, you're only allowed to get up to $5,000. Woo! That's their idea of helping people. They had enough money there to pay out 1,000 people, roughly a $5,000 check. They decided to do something different with that. We're going to be lucky if we see 500 to 1,000 businesses even receive that $290 million here. Let's go see if we can get these guys on camera. Roger Holland, how you doing today?
Doing very good. Doing very good.
Man, all I can say is to speak up loud. Everybody out there wants to hear from you because we're in your area right now. Here protesting against Cathy Giessel and the promises, empty promises that she made to Alaskans to get elected. Broke every single one of them once she got into office.
Yeah. So we're in the northeast reach of District N, and I was at Krispy Kreme Donuts this morning offering bumper stickers and signs. But you know, with 13 Republicans and 7 Democrats in the Alaska Senate, we have our minority leader as a Democrat, our majority leader is a Democrat, the president is my opponent, Cathy Giessel. She's done every negative thing you can do for the 4 most conservative senators in the Senate. And, you know, they're Democrats breaking the same rules about voting against budgets, and they're not getting any points. Yeah, I tell you, we need to stop the toxic atmosphere that is Juneau these days. You know, we need to really understand that spending caps are the way of the future. I mean, we just spend. We don't have a revenue problem here in Alaska. We definitely have a spending problem. And I'm not even saying drastic cuts. A lot of people want to make drastic cuts. Drastic cuts, they'd be great, but so much of it's tied up in pensions and social services and whatever. If we can just hold the line, give us a 5% cut every year for the next 4 years, find ourselves at 80% of our budget. That would be an accomplishment. But hey, you know, there's so much in the future, so many good things to look forward to in Alaska. The oil field will come back, and we have these rare earth minerals in the southeast and up in the Brooks Range that they're saying is going to be the next coming, the next boom, the next oil field boom we have here. So we have a lot to look forward to, but it's just going to be a rough year or 2 to get there.
It will be.
Yeah. If you want to...
Right, coming by.
Yeah, you know, I was even surprised that I didn't know if Cathy Giessel was going to run because it's not going to be any fun. There's going to be no money to spend. to the PFD, and they will go to the PFD. You know, it's a terrible thing they've done. Walker did it the first time, and then condemned it, and then she's done it every year for the last 4 or 5 years since. And the PFD is this unique gift for Alaskans. It shows up in October. You can buy another cord of wood, you can hop on the vehicle, if you live off the road system, fly to the big city. It is a tragedy with 11 short years, and I can see so many bad changes in Alaska just in a short time I've been here. But we need to get it back to what it was, even just what I remember 10 or 11 years ago.
Exactly. I consider myself one of the last generations that graduated from high school that didn't have all the liberal left policies that they put into place right now. The year I graduated is the year that they instigated the statewide testing to be able to actually graduate from school with a diploma. Instead of here's just a piece of paper that you passed, here's your diploma, you got to pass this test first. The class that I was the very following year after that is when they instigated that. You can trace back the tracings of when our state went downhill. It all started back in 1988, roughly right in that area is when those type of policies were being passed within our school system. We went from being the best in the nation, the place that Alaskans wanted to go to get their kids' education, a great place to live, to the worst in the nation with the highest costs.
Yeah, we have a lot of challenges. We spend an incredible amount of money on education here, and it's amazing. But we're trying to get, we're trying to make sure 3rd graders can read before they get to 4th grade. I mean, that should be something 1st graders are taking care of, 2nd graders taking care of. There are a lot of solutions out there for education. None of them, none of them are going to be cheap, I'm afraid.
That's true.
Yeah.
I myself personally, I'm advocating for a hybrid between virtual classrooms and the brick and mortar schools.
That was the coronavirus showed us something. I have some really good friends who are actually living with us right now, and they're being homeschooled anyway. So it was not even a problem. Kids get up every morning, they go to school. Yeah, they get the weekend off. Actually, I think today was their last day of school. They were all celebrating because they're virtual. But I think the corona, that's the one thing. Maybe take that maybe there is another way to do this education thing, because we were able to continue education without having to brick and mortar schools.
We were. I mean, if they would have had a chance to actually implement this on a basis to where the students were taught how to use the system prior to being evicted from school and told you can't come back after spring break, we can't have you in our school. My child, I'm blessed with one of those kids that is very self-motivated. She was already going to a school that used the tablets for their education. All of their lessons were on the tablets, their books, their schoolwork. All the things were already being done through Google Classroom on top of that. So the only downfall for them was when they went to the virtual classrooms, is that was their only chance to actually to get contact with their teachers. And she said the only thing that they that's really upset her is no more art class. But her art teacher went out of the way, got a whole bunch of art supplies put together. She continued to do the mosaic that she was making, and continued the painting. And by the time she was through, she was one of the few people in the school, and I'm not going to say few, that school had roughly over a 50% passing grades of B's and A's prior to the virus already coming into effect. The only students that had a problem was the same ones that were already not showing up to school, the same parents that wouldn't participate.
Oversized load. Just to let you know in case there's a wind rush.
It's a big one.
I saw it coming. I didn't want to stop it. I'm worried if you come a little faster, it'd be a wind rush, it might take the camera away. Yeah, homeschool is not the answer for everybody, but it's a great alternative.
It is.
Yeah.
That's the reason why I say a hybrid, because you're going to have those people that have no ability to learn online It's too difficult.
They don't have the access to electronics or the Wi-Fi. The family that we have that's homeschooled, they actually just came up here and they're moving down to Seward. They're living with us, so they're trying to place in Seward. My Wi-Fi usage in the house was just like, I mean, we went from being a modest, like 150 gig of plan to I had these kids, everything they do was on the internet. And they, I mean, we had days that were 150 gig days now that where they're doing school.
Well, see, if we knew about it ahead of time, the money that we would save by closing the brick and mortar schools can be put into buying actual internet connections for every student that's in school. We got roughly, what, 160,000 kids going to school right now in our district?
Maybe so.
Yeah, I think it's between 140 and 160 is where, if you go by the census totals, how many kids we got in Alaska. And but you take those, how many of them have 4 kids in one classroom, or one that have 4 kids would only need one internet connection paid for. And throughout the entire school year, our state could be paying for their internet connections in their homes while they're getting their education for pennies on the dollar compared to what a brick and mortar school would cost. Just the closure of 2 of our schools could pay for virtually all of the internet throughout the entire state. Anything else you'd like to add?
No, I just appreciate you coming out here and covering this, you know.
Well, anytime. It's a passion. That's what keeps me going. That's where I'm going to head off to next. Well, thank you, Roger. I appreciate it.
See y'all August 18th.
Back pay, you owe us, legislators. You owe us. Come July 1st, you're going to owe us more. You're going to owe us more than this amount come July 1st.
Yep, added $1,910 onto that total.
Absolutely. Pay up. People are hurting in Alaska. People are hurting. The private sector is hurting. Why should the public sector get everything and go scot-free during this time of crisis? Please pay up now. Past due. Pay now.
Stephen Ray, how you doing today? I'm doing good. Speak loudly. Everybody wants to be able to hear what you say over the drown of the noise of the road going by.
Okay, can you hear me?
You got lots of thumbs up going out there right now.
Yeah, so definitely we need our permits on getting it back. We've had quite the downturn in the private sector. Take the money. That money that we earned during the last campaign was shuffled into the which belongs to the people of Alaska AFL-CIO. Although they somehow weasel away to figure out to use it to stuff some of their turkeys. But what we really need is we need to get that back to where it belongs, because anytime you have more than 50% going to government, it becomes, you have to be balanced. What that does is it incentivizes the development of our natural resources, and we don't have that incentivization there. And the legislators arbitrarily take from the earnings reserve and bring it into their programs and special interests. Basically, they're picking winners and losers, and that's something that I'm definitely against, is government overreach and government picking winners. So we pretty much know where most of the earnings are going into programs, big health, social services. We have our private sector health industry has been hurt recently during this virus. So we need to strengthen the private sector. Anytime government does something like healthcare, we see what happens. So we can drive by into hospitals right now and there's no cars in the parking lot, but before this pandemic there were cars everywhere. People were getting treated, getting things that they needed, and now not only are they not getting treated in what they need for their health, we're being punished in the private sector by all the shutdowns and everything that have really impacted our communities. So we need to get that money, jumpstart our economy. The economy is going to come back. The earnings are going to grow as the economy comes back, as we reelect right now, that money is vitally as a rainy day fund for people of Alaska.
Agreed. That was why the PF Permanent Fund was invented in the first place, was so that Alaskans could be able to share within the wealth of Alaska, and for the rainy days that are happening right now. Being one of the hardest places in the world to live, it's difficult. People don't understand what it costs energy-wise to heat our homes during the wintertime, especially in rural Alaska where they're paying $10 a gallon for heating oil.
Yeah, this is a perfect opportunity for us to reset and redevelop our natural resources. The federal government is loosening regulations that will help our economy get back on track, and we need to fast track that as much as possible. I think the governor's trying to do that. He needs a legislature of like-minded legislators like Roger Holland, myself. There's a whole bunch of them. I think Chambers, Michael Chambers has a really good website that kind of highlights all the freedom. And we really need to do a lot of these live sessions the week of the election. You're going to see balloons going up on my campaign signs that last week, and I'm going to push forward to get everybody to vote on a live cast from all the locations.
So I've got a big question, because I am out in your area there. So I get to drive by and I get to see all of your competitor David Wilson's campaign signs coming up all over the place. So when are we going to see the big push for yours sitting out there? Is there something, I'm going to be blunt here, is there something slowing you up on getting more advertising going? Or do we need to start letting people know that they need to get out there and donate to get people into... I saw that one. And then one last question, and I meant to ask Roger Holland this one too, and I'll probably go back and nail him on it. If I told you that if you joined the Binding Caucus, I would give you every committed seat that you wanted, I would allow you to help control and be within the committees themselves deciding the future of Alaska, but you have to vote the way these 4 people want you to vote within the legislation there for the next 2 years by joining this caucus. Are you going to join?
That's funny that you say that. I mean, I'm working with a campaign committee now that's helping me out a great deal. So they're giving me ideas, places to put signs, things like that. But if I was asked to join a Binding Caucus, I would not join the Binding Caucus. I've already signed a petition saying that I will not join the Binding Caucus. And I certainly would not join the Binding Caucus. What I would do, if you look and see what Mike Charles has done and all these others, we can be on committees until we take back the legislation. Because even now, we could actually be on the committees that we want to be, if we weren't on it, like the things that we might be good at. Like, I'm from the military, so I would do really well. But if I'm not on those committees, I will work to push for legislation. Not being on those committees because I refuse to be on the Binding Caucus. And that's just something that I can do. We don't want people to vote for Bidens, for example. I guess between 6. We have
Got bicyclers coming here.
8 out of 10 times push this bill through committee, which SB 26 legislatively passed the bill. It's really a bad deal for the people of Alaska. Now you have to wait on the legislature to decide if you get $1 or $1,000. How can you, if you do it based on earnings, you'll never get the same amount. Very, very unlikely you'll ever get the same amount of a dividend every year, because it's based on the 5-year average. And the 50-50 average is like what I said, it's the best for the private sector.
Well, thank you, Stephen Wright. I appreciate your time here. I look forward to more of these campaign things happening.
There's an event in Palmer, and we have all the candidates from the valley. We have an event coming up on the 5th, next Friday. So we will be part of that event.
So, gotcha. Well, thank you. I'm gonna nail them while I got a chance before I head back across the street. Roger, I got one last question for you. Meant to ask you this when I was here just a second ago.
Hope it's a good one.
Oh, it is a good one. You've just now been elected into office. I am the chair of the Senate out there, and I am the president, and I am willing to give you every committee in the book.
Wow! Imagine.
I want you on them. I want you to maybe even chair a few of them as a freshman politician, like they did with Revac. There's only one cost, yes. You must be a part of the Binding Caucus to be able to join this, and your vote must be what we tell you to do for the next 2 years.
The Binding Caucus is just a travesty. It's the way they keep budget discussions out of the Senate. And the people say, oh, well, every budget item is debated when a committee puts the budget together. And by the time it gets to the Senate floor, budgets are so debated and talked about that it's all talked about. All you gotta do is pass it or fail it. Well, no. Each individual senator has to put their seal of approval to make that budget work. And the Binding Caucus just pushes that right out the window. I would definitely not be a part of the Binding Caucus. How is it that the federal government with 535 legislators and otherwise, how is it that how does that 535 people get together and come up with an annual budget every year? How do they do it? Negotiation.
Unless you sit in the House of Representatives down there in D.C., then it is the Democrat Binding Caucus right now that is giving us what we've got going on.
And you know something? Those Democrats, got to give it to them. They are shoulder to shoulder and lockstep on their issues. And Republicans, we are not that one-minded. And they will come together to defeat the Republican issues.
That is, yeah. I mean, we've got Republican control in the Senate, but it's the Democrats that are running the show. We've got Democrats in control of the House, where we could have had the Republicans in control, but the Republicans decided to side with the minority Democrats and gave them over control, so that's why we're in the mess where we are now.
13 Republicans in the Senate, 7 Democrats. I think the number's 23 Republicans in the House, and once again, 13 and 7, and 23 and 17, I believe. And both of those are Republican majorities.
Yes.
But we have had rhinos cross the line, and we have had people make negotiations, keep their power. And I talk to people outside of Alaska, and they say, wow, that sounds really great. That sounds nonpartisan. The problem is, the majority leader is a Democrat, the minority leader is a Democrat. Our most conservative Republicans are voiceless. And the architect of this plan sits in the Senate President seat, Cathy Giessel. It is not nonpartisan. It is definitely rhino/Democrat. And the Republicans are not to be wrong.
So I'm going to put it into a nutshell. If the Binding Caucus was the only stipulation.
That's no.
That answers it right there, flat out
I'm
no.
very proud of Laddie Shaw. If that was the decision he made, if that was the decision that they said, hey, you come on board, but you gotta do this. And if that's why he's out, and Josh Rebeck, I met you, I love you, guy, but I don't know why any of the Republicans that are in the graces, the best wishes of President Giessel, what's it benefit? Why are we there? We should walk out of this whole thing and take the Senate back.
Right, you got it there. I mean, Josh Rebeck is an awesome example to represent out there because he got transferred. He's a freshman in office to begin with. This is his first time ever running for office when he got voted into the House. Laddie Shaw gets completely rejected because he wants to stand by the laws that Alaska has and not compromise them.
Who's established in the House of Representatives, who's performed to his word, and Laddie's not good enough, and Josh is. No slam on Josh.
But you know, it was painfully obvious though the minute that he got into the Senate that all of a sudden here's a freshman that should be giving committees that he's now sitting on. He's now in charge of several committees that he was sitting on. And all of this power that normally you give to a senior legislator, someone that's been there for a while, was given to this freshman so that they bought out his vote using the Binding Caucus rules. So even if it went against his constituents' wishes, he had to vote their way no matter what.
I heard a quote from Gary Stevens, I think Kodiak, and he says, I voted every time I voted for the, I forget what they call it, even though there were things in there I didn't like, every time I voted for it was part of the Binding Caucus. And, that just means you're willing to accept all this bad stuff for what little good stuff might be there. When every budget item issue should be up or down 51%. If you can't get 51% to approve it, maybe it's simply approved.
Agreed. Well, thank you for asking my last burning question that I had
I
there.
didn't know where you're going with it. Once you started rolling with the question, I figured, but no, hey, Holland for Alaska. It's going to be a tough fight. We got 80-something days. We're just counting the days off. We got 80-something days to the primary. But, feel free to get on HollandFlags.com. I got a lot of information about me and so much more than the Binding Caucus. But thanks so much for your time.
Thanks, Roger.
I'm going to go. I see Catherine. Maybe she can walk to her car.
All right, Alaskans, if you haven't shared, this is Alaskans standing up for our Alaskan rights. We're here in Senator Cathy Giessel's area to vote the Rhino out of office. She made a lot of empty promises. This is every penny that they have stolen from us over the last 4 years. This total that you see in front of you does not represent what we were supposed to be paid this year. Our statutory PFD this year would have been another $2,910 added onto that total there. We got roughly, if you take everything that they have stolen, between $8,000 and $8,700 we should be seeing for the back theft and this year's statutory PFD. If we're to add on what they have stolen from us this year, that's an additional $7,000 total. If that total down there would read $7,000 equals our PFD that they have stolen so far. And we're only going to get to see 1,000 of that here in July. And here our governor is talking about an extra special session to give us more of our PFD. I'll guarantee you, if they go into another special session and it has to do with the PFD, the rhinos and the Democrats that are in control, that have given all the COVID CARES Act money, all of our current PFD money too, they are going to put stipulations that if Alaskans want another PFD to help out during this pandemic, they are going to make it a permanent theft that we will never see a PFD again. They've already started the process. You got bills HB 300, HB 306, HC 313, HCR 13. Those three combined bills right there, if passed, will completely eliminate the permanent fund dividend forever. They have it written in there that the PFD, the budget itself is capped at $6 billion. Every penny of that $6 billion gets spent on government first, and then whatever is left over after that, they'll be nice enough to maybe, if they don't decide on somewhere else to stick that money, give us a PFD from it. It will be $1,000 or less from here on out unless Alaskans start standing up and start protecting our permanent fund dividend. I would like to thank everybody that came out today and joined us here for Saving the PFD. Alaskans standing up for Alaskans. I'd like to thank everybody that showed up here today that is looking to fire Cathy Giessel. She is one of the biggest rhinos we have out there. Today is a day, it is just absolutely gorgeous out here. Absolutely gorgeous. So thank you all for joining us here today. This is Alaskans standing up for Alaskans' rights. And I am going to go ahead and call this a day today. Thank you again. Don't forget to share. Facebook squeals on you if you don't share.